All right, everyone, here we go with the thank you reading for February 2025. Let's do this. All right, I got a pre-shuffle here. I do these every month. There's a whole playlist of these. Thank anybody that's ever given me a nickel for anything I do around here. It is greatly appreciated. Right now, I got the Hierophant here in a pre-shuffle. What's this reading about? What do you want to tell my people when I say thanks? And I do mean it. Thanks. I got the Hierophant crossed by the Four of Swords. I got to sleep. Your inner sleeping Hierophant is about to wake you with the Emperor underneath it. That's what this means. Some aspect of you has been asleep, snoring away, right? This can also mean, how do I phrase this? Okay, on one side, it means both things. Okay, so I'm kind of put them together in a way that makes sense. On one side, you've had sleeping superpowers that have been, asleep. You're sleeping Hierophant, some sort of spirituality, something you've been trying to figure out, all that kind of stuff. It's been kind of on a shelf. It's been kind of sleeping. It's been tough to do. That's one side. The other side is, along with that waking up with the Emperor there, your ESP might be waking up as well. And we had a reading that talked about this recently, but it goes deeper than just an energetic weather update. Some of you are going to find you're picking up on things. You're like thinking about something in the morning that somebody might say to you, and then later they say it. Okay? Very, very strong third eye energy here. Very, very strong. All-knowing, all-seeing kind of a thing. There's an aspect of you that's waking up, and while that's waking up, I get here, something you felt you missed out on makes a triumphant return in a new form, likely. Okay? That often happens. Energies come around. Energies are cyclical, and they come around, but when they come around again, it's usually in a different surrounding energy, so they might play out different. Right? Like right now, we're in a Jupiter cycle that's coming back around. Jupiter was in Gemini about this time 12 years ago, around 2013. Okay? So the same types of things that happened, if you want to track things, the same types of Jupiter-related things that happened for you in 2013 are going to happen for you now, or will come back around again. So let's say, for example, in 2013, you made a lot of new business contacts. All of a sudden, right? Well, now, here in this one, something similar to that will happen, but it might not play out exactly the same. All right, the surrounding energies are different. So it might not be business contacts this time. It might be friends. It might be, I have no idea. It could be a lot of different things, but it's contact related. It'll be related to a similar thing, a Jupiter theme, something expanding, right? So that kind of a thing. So something's coming back around, but it may look different. The energy I get here with the Five of Pentacles and the Death card is like somebody died and they came back to life, but they're in a different body and they're trying to convince you it's them, right? It's that kind of energy. But something inside you is causing this to come back around. Something's awakening. I like that. All right, let's see where we go. Let's shuffle the deck. Sometimes these energies are tricky to explain. You get people all the time, they're very skeptical about things like astrology and stuff like that. Astrology is just predicting cycles. That's all it is. But remember that things repeat. It's just not exactly the same. World War II is repeating right now. The energy is the same. In fact, Uranus in the summer is about to move where it was between 1942 and 1948 primarily. Think about all the things that happened in that zone, right? It's playing out again. It's just playing out differently. It's different surrounding energies, right? It's not the same people, not the same whatever, but the same kind of shit is happening, right? So, the theme is the same, right? Something's coming back around for you. It's been here before, and it may try and convince you that it's that thing. I don't know. You may have to convince yourself. You may have to look real hard to see it. Maybe that's why you're getting this reading. I don't know. I'm shuffling right now. Let's see where we go. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, look at that. You're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. There's a whole playlist of these. I'm not a fucking Time Lord, no matter how many nickels you chuck at my house. I'm not a fucking Time Lord, all right? It could be near future influence for you. I don't know. What I do know is I want to thank you for anybody that's giving me a nickel for anything I do around here, whether it's extendeds or donations. It is much appreciated. Right now it's going to Catgate. I've spent dozens of nickels, thousands of nickels, if you will, trying to battle a cat that seems to think that my wife's car cover is a scratching post. Here we go. Bottom of the deck. Catgate is my problem, I'll tell you what. Right here. Bottom of the deck. So anyway, thanks for any nickels. Lovers and the King of Swords are the overall energies of your reading. I think I'm going I think I'm going to do a rather, usually I do a 3-card reading here and then I would clarify the 3 cards. I think I'm going to pull you a pyramid, okay? You know, I think I am. It's a powerful reading. 3 is a very important number in the universe, very powerful. Pyramid is like, you know, 3 to the 3rd power. We got some exponents happening here, okay? The energy triples. It's very nice. It's a lot of energy for me. But something, an energy, I know is a little bit of hocus pocus here. It appears to me an energy, not unlike that cat wants my wife's car cover. An energy wants to make you a scratching post a little bit. It wants you. Okay, this energy wants you. That's what I'm getting. I mean, I get that. You're a little mouse on the ground or whatever to this owl. The thing about these owls, a lot of the large owls, you know, a lot of people don't know this about large owls. You know, sometimes they go after other birds of prey, smaller birds of prey, hawks and things like that. They sometimes do. This is a pretty ferocious energy. I don't mind telling you. You know, okay, all right. Well, let's just see. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's tearing things. So you may have, when an energy like this is coming for you, right? I say it like that, but don't worry. Not unlike my wife's car cover with the cat going for it. It's all torn to shreds and shit like that. I come out, what the fuck happened here? It looked like a goddamn Wolverine got to it, right? When an energy like this is coming for you, sometimes it takes things out. It takes things out of the way. You may find that a friendship might end, or a relationship might end, or you're living somewhere and that person says you have to get out because they sell in the place. I mean, I have no idea. It usually takes things out. If there's anything in this energy's way, it will take it out. It will remove it. All right? I'm just saying. All right. My experience, it will liberate. You know how at 9 of Pentacles, you know how sometimes armies come in and liberate an area? That's what this energy is. So whatever this is, you probably manifested it. You probably wanted this back at some point. And the universe found a way to get it back to you. It just happens to be using quite a powerful catalyst energy. Let's get your emotions here. Let's get, I'm going to take the energy that's attached to you and I'm going to pull the emotional energy, how it sees you. It might be a person or it might be an energy. I don't know. Yeah, and a potential final outcome at the bottom of the pyramid. I'll clarify whatever needs clarified. Just let me throw this. All right, see what I'm saying? I'm fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. It's 10 swords. I mean, I'm not fucking around. Anyway. Good Lord. Okay. 2 cups. Okay, for most of you, this is either a soul's true purpose or a soul connection. And it disappointed you at some point. The energy itself feels guilty. Now, how does, okay, Steve, I get it if that's a person, but what if it's a thing? It doesn't matter. The feelings that we feel are just energies, and our brain processes the frequency. So, yes, it could be a soul's true purpose. It feels bad, okay? Lots of objects have feelings. They do. Throw away an old couch, I feel bad. I told that story once. I wrote about it in one of my blog posts. You know, clothes that, well, anyways, a long story. But, yeah, no, energy, all the feelings are just frequencies, and energy has a frequency, and our brain processes it. Sort of like taste, right? An item, vanilla, tastes like vanilla, because your brain processes it that way, right? It's as it is, it's just a thing. It's just vanilla. It's just there. It has an energy within it that is a flavor, sort of a thing, right? So, for some of you, this is a thing. For some of you, this is a soulmate. Yeah, the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah. This energy wants to apply itself to you. Oh, this is a weird reading. I love weird readings. How does it see you? 10 of Wands. I get another 10. And the 5 of Cups. All right. It's hard. If this is a person, it's hard for them to look at you without feeling shame. Without feeling guilt. I get more guilt and shame here. I get guilt and shame. I get guilt here. Somebody attached to you feels guilty. Okay? Or some energy attached to you feels guilty. Whatever it is, it's hard for this energy to look you in the eye. Okay? I've got to, in order to take the hocus pocus out of this, because it's so hard to explain if it's an energy or a soul's true purpose, I've got to make it a person. I think for the majority of you, this is a person. Okay, it is a soulmate. It comes out here. But I want you to understand energy on a higher level than that. I don't want you to just be somebody that thinks, oh, you have soul connections with jobs, with things, with just, it's all a part, things that are definitely part of your path. It's much bigger than just people, okay? For some of you, it is a person here, okay? It is. It's someone who feels very guilty, all right? Because they ignored you. They blew you off. This happens all the time. We blow somebody off, and then we realize later that they might have been pretty cool, right? Happens all the time. It happens if you ever get really successful, you'll have a lot of energies around you that are this, okay? They blew you off. They didn't want to know you before. You were just a beggar at a grocery store, weren't you? They didn't want to know you then, right? All of a sudden, you're general manager of the grocery store, the whole fucking store. Now, everybody in the store wants to be your friend, don't they? All the people that blew you off and bringing you gifts. Oh, here's some roses and a couple of cups, you know, right? It's that same thing. The same frequency of energy can play out 1,000 different ways. I tell you that all the time. It's the same type of thing here. If I'm to translate this for the masses, somebody blew you off, they weren't interested, they're making a triumphant return. How do they see you? It's they can't even look at you. They can't even look at you in the eye. They're so ashamed of themselves. There's some sort of guilt here. Now, this doesn't have to be a love relationship. If it's a person, it could be a friend or a family member. I get this energy a lot with family members, you know. I've been reading people's energy, pulling their cards for fucking over 3 decades now. I've got a lot of experience. Plus, when I was a kid, I used to people watch all the fucking time. I just sit there and watch the fuckers, right? Watch how people live their lives. Most people end up in this situation a lot. You know, do a lot of ignoring things, very self-focused, so they miss a lot. And then later they see it and go, oh, I should have, whatever. Somebody can't look you in the eye here. If it is a thing, if it is a job or something like that, and it's returning in a different form because, for lack of a better way to put it, the energy around you, the fickle old gal universe, feels guilty. The energy itself wants to make something up to you, all right? It usually does this in a big way, and it's usually a bit of a bull in a china closet, all right? It's a positive reading, but it comes with a warning. I should give you a warning. A lot of times, this thing returning may cause some problems for you. It might cause some chaos, and proof of that is the final outcome, which is read with the 2 of Cups, is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, it's an energy that comes in, and it's not always great. It can overstay its welcome. It can cause some problems. It's the rowdy person that comes to your book club, right? You called, you said you were having a party, and everybody called around, and this person found out about it. They heard party, they figured they show up drunk with a couple of hookers. It's your fucking book club. You're talking about, some stupid book or whatever. You just want to sit around with your friends and stuff. And this person shows up. All of a sudden, you got Guns N' Roses playing in the corner, and there's beer bottles and whiskey everywhere, right? It's sometimes an unwelcome guest or someone who overstays their welcome. That being said, there's some chaos that comes with this. It's a disruption. Is the point I'm trying to make, right? It is what it is. But you definitely called this in. So we got to clarify something, and it's coming. And I'm telling you, it's a hawk eater. Okay, it is. It will move things out of the way. It's almost an assumptive energy that assumes you want it. Could be an assumptive person. A lot of times there's some arrogance attached if this is a person. All right, it is what it is. It is. Let's pull on the soul connection. Let's do it. 2 of Pentacles, or two of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. Feels like 2 of Pentacles. You're not quite sure what to do with it. With that Freudian slip, I believe it. I'm not sure what to do with that energy. I'm not sure whether to tell you it's a person or a thing, or some. Again, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes, and this might apply to you, it might not. I don't know. Could be near future influence for you, but sometimes these type of energies, what I call it's not really a pity play. I won't call it that because that's not cool. It's kind of a guilt play from the universe, right? It comes from a dip, and the universe wants to balance things out, and it goes a little overboard. We're trying to do that, right? Sometimes these come from a loss. You might have suffered a loss, all right? And maybe it's a loss that has the potential to knock you off your path. It's the universe's way of knocking you back on. Makes you feel better, right? That kind of a thing. in a way, we do get kind of there's no guarantees in life, obviously, but we always, energetically, we always have insurance. They're all, because the energy in nature just tries to balance. And anything that happens to you knocks energy out of balance. So it will always try to rebalance. It's just we fight that. We stay in this type of energy too long when something bad happens, and we don't take full advantage of it. This is happening to you. This is not something you need to take advantage of, or you need to make sure you're not this. But the energy sees you as this. Is an energy that definitely, it could be a destiny that you were supposed to get, but because of a free will decision you made or somebody else made, more likely you didn't get it, and now it's come back around. It's found another way to find you. You may not even know about it. I don't know. It is a disruption, though. It does disrupt things, like that drunken person's party animal showing up to your book club, right? Nice, quiet book club. We want to talk about Mr. Darcy. What the fuck is Slash doing here? You know, that kind of thing. It's a bit of that. Two of Cups. Why is it here? Let's go. Two of Cups. Let's go. Two of Cups. Come on now. I can't shuffle all day. Oh, this is everything I've said to you. I'm trying to explain to you. I get the complex energies. You're people that chuck nickels at me. You deserve the complex energies, don't you? I mean, I think you do. Some rinky-dink reading for a thank you reading. That ain't me. And you definitely deserve more. Look, it's karma. It's judgment. It doesn't come out for a bang in a bar parking lot. It's a huge energy. This is a big deal. Whatever this is, a soul mate, a soul thing, a soul's true purpose, a soul's path, a path you were supposed to be on, whatever it is for you, it's coming back. If you're trying to figure out who or what it is, it's something that would feel guilty. Now, you may not know about it. This distraction energy here can apply. Again, it could be, a lot of times, there are opportunities that we miss that we don't even know we missed. Right? Because somebody else made a free will decision. It's not just our free will decisions that decide our life. That's why I say we have no control, even though we have free will. What you do and what happens to you often depends on the free will decisions of people you don't even know. Hundreds of people, right? What's happening to my wife's car cover right now, is because of a free will decision of somebody that didn't want a cat, or somebody decided that their cat should roam the neighborhood, or I don't know. I didn't decide, hey, let's have a cat go out back and rip the thing apart. I didn't decide that, right? So again, we're always at the mercy of other people. That's why I don't like stupid people, right? That's why I have a problem with stupidity, because anything that I tend to live my life rather intelligently, and anything that happens anything that goes wrong is usually the result of some fucking moron, right? And I don't have any control over. Well, we don't. We just have to accept that. So this could be an opportunity that you missed because some moron made a free will decision and you don't even know about it. The energy itself feels guilty. The guilt is there. The flavor of guilt is there, so it plays out that way. If this is a person, it is returning. Okay? It is resurrecting from the dead for sure. What's on top? Six of Swords. Wants to make things right. The energy is trying to even out, either with you and a person or you and an opportunity. And why is that here? The Magician. Yeah. Transformation. It shows up. It's what I said already. This soul thing, whatever it is, shows up in a new form. I gave you the analogy earlier of somebody died. Fred died, right? Then you get a knock at the door, and it's a girl, and her name is Jezebel. And Jezebel's at the door, and she's trying to convince you she's Fred. No, I'm Fred. In fact, the more you talk to Jezebel, the more you realize it's Fred. This person sounds like Fred, right? Fred coming back from the dead here. Different form, though. Doesn't even have to be the same gender, for God's sake. It'd be very different. All right, there's a huge transformation here. It's a different energy. It's brand new. It's a new journey. It is what it is. But you're getting it because either the energy or this person feels guilty about not noticing you before or not coming at you before. Okay? Sometimes if it's a person, obviously it's their free will. They decided to do that. This could be your long lost runner. For all I know, this could be a family member you have a soul tie with or a friend. If it's an energy itself, sometimes you don't even know. In fact, the Eight of Pentacles here kind of tells me you might not have known. You might have missed an opportunity you didn't know you missed, but it was part of your journey because somebody else made a bad free will decision. When that happens, it knocks the energy out of balance. The energy tries to rebalance. It takes time sometimes for it to move things around to make that happen. But whether this is a person, right? If this is a person, it shows up as a bit of a disruption, like Slash at your book reading party, right? And no offense to Slash, he's a very nice guy. But Slash at your book reading party, okay? Shows up like that. But if this is a thing, it might have to move things out of the way to come in, and it will. It will bulldoze its way in. So it's still a bit of a disruption, okay? I'm just letting you know. But it's, in the end, it feels good to me. It feels very positive. It feels like a good thing, okay? It really does. I got to pull on, I'm going to just, okay. Ten of Swords. Let me blow through this, all right? I think I'm trying to explain very complicated energies in a way that I'm trying to simplify it. And it's tricky to do. It's not that I don't think anybody would understand the complex method, okay, with the math and the whiteboard and the this and that. It's not that I don't think you'd understand it. It's just I like math and it bores the shit out of me. So I try to make it more interesting, like Slash at a book reading party, rather than, you know, what's really happening here. But keep in mind, the energy of guilt can be attached to anything. You just feel it that way because your brain processes it that way. That's all. Every frequency of energy is like an ingredient in a recipe. I always think of that. Right? They all taste a certain way. They taste that way whether you taste it or not. The frequency is there whether you taste it or not. Okay. Son of a bitch. Somebody wants to make things. Somebody saw your value. Somebody blew you off. If it's a person, they blew you off. I told you, they ignored you. I gave you the example. You were a bagger at the grocery store, and then you became the general manager. Everybody wanted to be your friend all of a sudden. Everybody faces that. It doesn't matter if it's a grocery store or you become a movie star. Everybody does that. The stupid people are the ones that fall for it, and they think those are real friends. Whether you're the general manager or the movie star, they're not. They're not at all. It's somebody who all of a sudden wants to know you is not something good. I'm not saying that this person can't be something good. I'm saying you need to find out from someone why all of a sudden. You need to find out why. This is definitely, if this is a person, this is definitely an energy you ask, well, why do you love me? And you make damn sure you get an answer. And you listen to what they say. Is it self-serving? Because people can't help but show you who they are when they're answering questions. They can't help. For one thing, you don't have to think about the truth. The truth should just come right out. If you got to sit and think about it, then someone's trying to work a way where, well, I can't say because you're loaded and I want the job. Ah, shit, I can't say that. You know, what am I going to say? Oh, I think you're beautiful. I think you're terrific. Of course they're going to say that, right? It's like somebody who cheats on you telling you they'll never do it again. Well, what the fuck do you think they're going to say? Of course they're going to say they're never going to do it again. Right? Oh, yeah, I'm totally going to, I'm sorry I cheated. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll do it 5, 6 more times. I'll just make sure I don't get caught next time. Right? They're not going to say that. All right. So at the end of the day here, this is an energy that blew you off. And now they see your value. Now, if it's a thing, if it's a soul's true purpose or an opportunity you missed or something like that, obviously you can't ask it why it wants it. If I were you, if that's the case, I would take a look at what you changed. You can figure out the answer of why that energy wants you by looking at what you changed about your life since, I don't know, in the recent past. This may not even be an opportunity you know about. So the best you can do is figure out what you changed in the recent past and then do the subtraction from there to figure out the difference, right? And see why it came in. I don't know. No other way to put it. Something about your energy makeup changed enough that this energy felt so low. I often say that the Five of Cups is one of the cards that ends the separation phase of any soulmate type or soul type situation. It's because you hit rock bottom. When you hit rock bottom, you can't go any lower. It's time to fix things. You come back up. So that's basically what it is. What's on top? Seven of Pentacles. Again, we talking about a lot of, for some of you, you've been more successful, but it's a divine timing energy. But why? Why is that here? Yeah, the Knight of Swords. I think I'm going to say if this is a person, something happened in their life, okay, that changed everything. And I think they want to, I think they somehow landed on your level. I think somehow your energy's evened out and they figured you out or figured something out because of something that happened. If it's a job type thing, I think you got lucky here and somebody left, okay? If it's a path altering type thing for you, I think an energy went away. And that energy was blocking, and now it's wide open, and now your flow of energy flows that way. That's what I think. That's the best I can tell you. All right. Let's go with the Eight of Pentacles. Let's find out if it's a person in particular. Well, we can also find out maybe if it's an opportunity that you didn't know you missed. We get lots of those in life. That's not hocus pocus. That's not. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised the opportunities you missed because you decided to go left when you were originally going to go right. You know, the universe can't predict free will. I always say nobody can. That free will gives us, I mean, it's there. All the roads are there. We decide which one to take. You know, free will can't be predicted. It's why there's always uncertainty. You can't even predict things will go well. You could be in a job interview, you could be the best candidate for the job, a shoo-in, right? But if you're interviewing in the wrong energy, if the energy isn't divine timing, if the energy isn't right, you catch someone on a bad day, they're not having a great day, they may not like you. You know, maybe you got blonde hair and blue eyes, and then night before they just got dumped by somebody with blonde hair and blue eyes. And I know it's professional, Steve. They're not going to take it out on you. Yeah, they do. People do. People do it all the time. People do it all the time. All right, here we go. Nobody keep things professional. That's just something we say to make the other person feel better or just make ourselves seem all professional, which nothing stays. There's no such thing. Doesn't happen that way. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? Tower. Wow, it's kind of a mind. I mean, I took a break on that for a minute, but it's kind of, yeah, Tower and the Ace of Cups here. This is a missed opportunity in love for most of you. For most of you, it really is a missed opportunity in love. I mean, it just a second. I mean, it just keeps coming up as a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance. Yeah, Three Swords. It's just, I mean, this is. I'm not even playing with you. Whether this is a person or an opportunity, the universe itself feels this way for you. The energy around you feels bad. Whether you knew this person, didn't know this is two ships that passed in the night and have no idea. There's heartache here, but it was almost never experienced. It's almost like, it's very strange. So, I don't know. This is one of those readings I wish was just for one person, but in a way, let me pull the bridging energy. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles on top. Look, the Eight of Pentacles, Three Swords, Three Wands, bridging energy, Eight of Pentacles. Again, this is just, somebody's changed. If this is a person, they've changed how they look at life, okay? There's a lot more. They're now, with a renewed view, cups mean more than pentacles, okay? But I mean, why did they distract themselves from you? Why, whatever? I mean, I don't know. It's almost like you guys were supposed to be together and you weren't. Something happened. Some sort of external decision. When I get double Eight of Pentacles, I get a lot of other outside influences involved. Okay? There may have been a lot of them. May have been. I don't know. If it's a thing, it was supposed to happen. It's supposed to be part of your path. You got diverted from that path. And I think there were a lot of other outside influences. A lot of other people's free will decisions fucked you up. Okay? Happens all the time. Happens all the time. You know? Let's go. Five of Cups. Think about the person that goes to the store you read the story all the time. Person goes to the store to get some ice cream. And the store is getting held up and robbed and they end up getting shot. They happen to be there. That's a free will decision that they made to simply go get some ice cream because they wanted to come back with some ice cream, right? And somebody else made a free will decision to rob the store that night. You know, nothing they could do about it. Just happened, right? It is what it is. I think this was influenced by a lot of outside free will decisions. Right? Same thing happens on the positive side as well. Maybe a job you're supposed to have, or a person you're supposed to have. They fighting, they go into divorce thing, they get all the way up to the divorce papers, and then they decide to reconcile even though it's a shitty marriage, right? On the timeline it was on before the free will decisions were made, right? Because free will decisions were made to go for those two to go sign the divorce papers. And on that timeline proceeding, I would have pulled a reading and said, you two are going to be together. That's all these readings can do, is pull the timelines as they exist. We can't account for free will decisions. But at the last second, you know, Mrs. Somebody or other made it, and Mr. Somebody or other made a decision to reconcile. They rip up the divorce papers, it's gone. Then the reading is null and void. You said we were going to be together, Steve. Well, I can't account for fucking free will decisions. Nobody can. Shit happens like that. That's the problem with free will. People often use it against their own best interest. Now that person stays in a shitty marriage, and you two would have been together and lived happily ever after based on my reading. I kind of get that here as a way to sort of phrase it. Okay, don't take me literally. Just catch my drift. All right? Let's pull on the Knight of Wands. Let's go. Knight of Wands. So this comes in like Slash showing up with some whiskey and some rock and roll to your fucking book reading party, right? I mean, it is. It's a bit, this energy, I don't want to call it an unwelcome guest, but the way this energy is coming towards you, it's very aggressive. Very aggressive. And that's because of the way the energy is. The divine timing card tells me that. Divine timing is just a fancy way to say the energy's right for something to happen. The energy is just right for all this aggressive, for this aggressive great horned owl here, you know? It just is. Knight of Wands, tell me about it. Why is this here? What does this final outcome mean to my viewers? So if you're, you know, again, for some of you, this isn't even something you know about. And that scenario I described about the divorced couple and whatever, and the reading would say you two are supposed to be, that happens all the fucking time. That's why I say in every reading, I can't predict free will. No one can. And time after time, I get people say, well, you said it was supposed to play out this. I never say anything is supposed to do anything. I can only pull on the timeline as it exists. I can't account for stupid people. To quote the great Ron White, comedian, you can't fix stupid. And most people do use their own free will, that superpower, against their own best interests. Right? It's like Superman using his superpowers against his own best interests. He uses his superpowers because to crack open kryptonite. I mean, what the fuck? Why don't you just, if you want to break rocks open and test your strength, why don't you go do some granite or something? Why you gotta sit there breaking open kryptonite? You know, that's kind of a dumb thing to do. People stick their hand in the meat grinder all day long and again and again and again, never realizing it's called a meat grinder for a reason. Knight of Wands. Never underestimate the stupidity of the energies around you, believe me. What's going on here? Knight of Wands. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. You watching me might be super smart. You might be somebody really good. You got a high EQ, a high IQ. It doesn't mean shit. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So whatever it's pulling, it might be a chain that's rated for 10,000 pounds, 10,000 tons of pulling or something like that. But if there's a link in the middle that breaks at 300 pounds, that's all that's going to pull. So keep that in mind. This is a lucky break. If you're seeing this reading as a negative, you're not seeing it right. This is a lucky break. This is something coming back around. For a lot of you, you didn't even know. This is a two ships that pass in the night kind of energy. All right? Your final outcome, by the way, with this, it might seem a bit of a disruption at your book club, but it's actually kind of good that Slash is there. Because there's some new adventures here. It's a breath of fresh air. It's something that rolls in. It's something that if you give it a minute, you might like it. You might figure out, hey, maybe Slash is good to have at our book club. Well, he rich. Maybe he could buy the hors d'oeuvres next time. I don't know. Whatever the case is, this is a breath of fresh air. This is a page of wands. This is something brand new for you. You may see it initially as, wow, you know, what the hell kind of a thing. You know, something, generally speaking, with this kind of energy, it comes in, something has to go for it to come in. And I told you about that. I gave you a friendly warning. I said this energy will sometimes remove things, remove obstacles. It's a bit of a juggernaut. There's not much to stop it. Juggernaut just keeps going and it can't be stopped. You know, it's a bit of that. What's on top here? The Four of Cups. Again, initially, this is a quiet book club. Why is this fucker here sitting in the corner playing Sweet Child of Mine over and over? What the fuck? You know? It is. It's a bit of Four of Cups. You might not, when this first shows up, you might have this kind of attitude towards it. The Four of Cups. It's actually coming in to alleviate this energy. But in the process of doing that, because of the flavor of this energy, it might cause some of this in you. Why is the Four of Cups here? The Seven of Cups. I can pull up the three. I think I will. The Chariot and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Something's coming to pull you out of a cold. Now, some of you may not even know you were in the cold. Here's that Five of Pentacles. It was part of the pre-shuffle. Remember? Right? Five of Pentacles. Again, it's something you missed out on. It's an opportunity. Look, I love this. I love the way this played out. All right. There's the Chariot down the middle. It's part of your soul's journey. This is the Cancerian energy. It's the theme energy of this soulmate cycle. So, Chariot, moving forward, right? It's something that's why is the Four of Cups here? Why is the Knight of Wands and all that coming in? To show you something that you missed. To give you an option you didn't have before. Okay? There's something here that didn't choose you last time that wants to choose you this time. There's something here that you didn't know that you even missed that's coming back. It might be a person, it might be a thing, it might be an opportunity. I don't know. But whatever it is, I think for most of you it's a person. It feels like love. I had the Tower with the Ace of Cups there. Whatever it is, it's a fucking lucky break. And I'm just going to put it that way. You're getting this reading here. I'm showing you the timeline as it plays out. When this guy shows up to your book club, do not react this way. Be excited. Why? Because your book club sounds like shit. Okay? It does. It sounds shit. Let's face it. It sounds like a lot more fun, though disruptive, when this energy comes in. Take a chance. Take a chance. The universe says you won't be disappointed. You know, the universe itself feels guilt and shame here. The energy of guilt and shame surrounds whatever this opportunity is. And it is. That can apply if it's an outside. I picked up a lot of outside free will decisions, so I had to explain that to you. But I picked up a lot of it here. That's the energy around when a lot of stupid people or things, coincidental things, if it's not stupid people, it's coincidental things that just sort of happenstance, things happen that knock energy out of balance. Yeah, there is a bit of that. The universe is a shame. It knew which way the energy was flowing, right? Oh, that looks good. It's like when I pull a reading and I get something really good, right? I get, a Chariot and a Page of Wands. Things are flowing real nice right now. I know. And I say it in all my readings. I can't predict free will. Nobody can. I know that there's a chance that someone you don't even know can fuck up your path down this way. It is possible, right? It can happen. Maybe you're excited to go, I don't know. There was a case I saw one time on one of the court shows, like a Judge Judy or I think it was Judge Judy. And this lady, she rented a house, right, to go zip lining. She wanted to go zip lining, and she rented the house, and they were all excited to go zip lining or something like that. The people that owned the zip line place just made a free will decision, and we were going to shut it down a little early, you know. And she didn't get to go zip lining. It was disappointed. The reading would have read, the reading would have read like this, you know. It would have been something along those lines, where, you know, we're moving forward, a lot of fun zip lining, but we can't account for free will decisions. It's a shame. It's sad. All right. It is what it is. That is your reading here. I'm going to see what else the universe wants to tell you for sure as I reassemble my cards here. But let's see where we go. Let's see what else. Let's grab the lights here. One card and a crossing card. Randomly at the bottom is the star. Yeah, this is a lucky break. It's something that should have happened. I got the other card of divine timing right there. It's something that was supposed to happen that didn't happen. For whatever reason. Somebody didn't see your value at the time. Or an opportunity was there, but somebody else made a free will decision, or maybe you did, or maybe a combination of you and someone else, and you missed it. It comes back around. Things roll back around. The energy around us is always just trying to balance itself. That's what it does. That's why you should never lose hope. When things go wrong, oh my God, everything's going wrong. Well, everything, what comes around goes around. Everything will start going right again. The energy's going to try and rebalance. You want to ride that wave, and then things will start going good. If you're going to keep yourself down in the doldrums, oh, everything always goes wrong, and be negative, then you're going to be stuck down there, and you're going to miss out on all kinds of fucking shit out here in the cold. What comes around goes around, and this is coming around. Okay? I mean, it's straight up. If it is a person, though, and it is someone that you've known before that blew you off, if it's the grocery store scenario or movie star, one or the other, right? You were nobody, now you're somebody, now everybody wants to know you. Be careful with that energy, okay? For some of you, that's the case here. You just get a management position at your job. All of a sudden, you're going to be very popular, especially if you can promote people or give them raises or give them some sort of job security, right? Everyone's going to want to take you to dinner and do this all of a sudden. Don't let it go to your head. See it for what it is. It's bullshit, okay? Straight up. All right. If they really wanted to be your friend, they would have been your friend when you were down low. That's just opportunistic energy. In the entertainment industry, it's usually yes people. People that just say yes, enablers, right? It's terrible. It's a terrible thing because it feeds that popularity energy. That popularity energy is dangerous. Used to be really fashionable for celebrities, for example, to hate their fame, to shun it off, you know, kind of a thing. I don't know what the fuck happened. All of a sudden, you get people that are doing it for the fame. See it online, too, with influencers and stuff like that. I wouldn't want that kind of attention. That's unhealthy. It's not healthy. Unless you're really, really spiritually grounded, it can really fuck you up. This coming back here, I think this is a lucky break for you in the end. Even if it is somebody that didn't recognize you before and now wants to be, figure out a way that you can make that work for you. The energy here says there's a way it can work for you. It helps you a great deal. And I get it here. And my final message to you, we already showed you the star when I picked up the deck. I got 2 cups crossed by the Ace of Pentacles. It does not get better than that. This is a lucky break. I've tried to explain the energy as best I can. Hey, it is what it is. This is great. This is fantastic. And you know what? It gets even better. Look at the King of Pentacles underneath here, right? Better times ahead. Moving away from 8 broken cups. This is stability. This is one of the if not the finest new beginning in the tarot. It's awesome stuff. It is what it is. Take it for what it's worth to you. I've watched this reading a couple of times. I've simplified it a great deal, but I've talked about some complex things involving energy. Energy, a lot of people don't get it on some level. I mean, there's again, if you take away anything, never any reason to lose hope over things. Let me tell you, never any reason. Things come around. Everything is cyclical. Everything is cycles. All right. That being said, so that's it. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and again, I appreciate anybody that's giving me a nickel for anything I do around here. It is greatly appreciated. All right. Good luck.